Across the wild expanse of Africa, where maps are more decorative than practical and roads are more guesswork than geography, there exists a tribe of giants that thunder through jungles, deserts, and mountains. And no, it's not lions or politicians on campaign trails. We are talking about the 6 to 18-wheeler trucks, the roaring, heaving, mud-caked titans of the transporting world. From the rain-choked forest of Congo to the burning tarmac of Nigeria, from the broken escarpments of Kenya to the goat-crossed highways of Ghana. These rigs are the unspoken heroes that move economies, even when nothing else will. Forget whatever you've seen on documentary channels about long-hauling trucking. In Africa, truck driving isn't a career, it's a combat. Roads are either missing or misbehaving. Bridges creak like bad decisions, and a journey of 100 kilometers can take 5 hours and 5 breakdowns. These aren't just truckers, they are warriors, mechanics, philosophers, and sometimes miracle workers. This is African trucking, the ultimate endurance sport, just with more axle grease and fewer safety rails. In Africa, these machines are not just vehicles, they are relics of glory and survivors of chaos. A mix of Volvos, MANs, Freightliners, Titus DeWolves, Mercedeses, and Renaults that should be in a museum, but instead are carrying 40 tons of cement up a mountain in the rain. Most of these trucks are older than the mechanics who fix them, and certainly older than the government in power. Held by rust, wires, recycled bolts, and faith, they still manage to roar to life with engines that sound like a coughing lion and horns that double as weapons of physiological warfare. Each truck comes with its own gospel sticker like "Driver Under Grace" and a portrait of Tupac or 50 Cent on the rear mirror. And tires so bald that they'll slip on a sandpaper. They are less about comfort and more about commitment. African roads are not roads. They are challenges set by the gods to test man's resolve. In Congo, a road starts as tarmac, becomes gravel, and then abruptly turns into a mud wrestling arena, where trucks are the contestants. In Tanzania, roads become riverbeds with crocodiles offering side-eye. Nigeria roads are potholes with their own postal codes. And in South Africa, one moment you are gliding along, and the next you are sharing the highway with a rogue herd of cattle trained in urban jaywalking. In the dry season, dust thickens the air like smoke at a reggae concert. In the rainy season, every puddle is a potential swimming pool. Bridges, often planks across hope, and if you are lucky, a schoolboy might help direct you for a fee or a soda. Now, the real stars, the drivers. These are not ordinary men. They are steel-nerved gladiators who can reverse a 60-ton truck downhill in a storm while chewing sugarcane. Their uniforms, flip-flops, stained overalls, and a cap that says, "One life, one truck." They can rebuild a transmission with a spoon and duct tape, read weather patterns from the engine smell, and steer using nothing but instincts and vibes. They are diplomats at borders, therapists to their co-passengers, and engineers of the impossible. You'll hear legendary lines like, "It's not overheating, it's just boiling with energy," or "If it moves, it works." The only tool they fear? A calendar. Because time is never on their side. In African trucking, a breakdown isn't a problem, it's a tradition. One blown tire? That's a warm-up. 3 unscheduled naps under the truck? That's self-care. A chicken hijacking the cab? That's emotional support poultry. Every trip includes a breakdown, and every breakdown becomes an impromptu TED Talk in resilience. Fixes range from pouring water on steaming brakes, then praying, to stiffing a tree in a gearbox and calling it a temporary solution. Sometimes, a local child appears with a coconut, offering moral support. The motto is always, "We'll be back on the road in 5 minutes," which basically means next week. African trucks don't just carry cargo, they carry lives. These trucks transport everything from food and furniture to livestock, electronics, cousins, and someone's entire business model. It's not unusual to see 15 people sleeping on top of a load of bags, with a goat tied to the side and mattresses hanging off the rear. In these trucks, you'll find minerals like lithium and cobalt from DRC, heading to Europe's electric future. Maize and sugar from Zimbabwe and Malawi, feeding the cities. Glass, mattresses, coffins, jerrycans, entire households, all wrapped, strapped, and defying physics. It's logistic meets magic realism. There's no such thing as overload, only extra hustle. Cross-border trucking in Africa comes with its own economics. Bribes aren't just optional, they are part of the spreadsheet. There's a soda fee at every checkpoint, a respect fee at toll booths, and the occasional cultural fundraiser from villages blocking the road with a goat and a banner. Drivers stash bribe cash in 5 locations because you never know which official prefers folded notes or M-Pesa. Your engine might stall from heat, but it's the side quest that truly exhausts you. In Kenya, trucks brave escarpments like mountaineers. In Nigeria, Dafos or yellow minibuses challenge trailers to road duels and they obviously lose. In South Africa, roads are decent until a taxi protest or a cow blockade hits. In Ghana, truckers race on highways with more potholes than prayers. And in DRC, truck is part engineering, part exorcism. These drivers are more than just transporters. They are legends, holding together a continent that moves against all odds. They sleep under the stars, cook by the roadside, and maneuver 18-wheelers like balleniers on gravel. They face floods, fires, engine failures, briberies, rogue animals, and still arrive eventually. So the next time your online order is late, remember, somewhere in Africa, a truck is crossing a collapsing bridge made of logos, with goats on top, children waving from behind, and a driver grinding through a cracked windshield saying, "Don't worry, we are almost there." Because in Africa, the wheels don't stop, they grind, they groan, but they keep going.